Alright, welcome back to the channel. So, today I got a Snow Joe Ultra curb find. And as you saw in the last quick video that I basically just showed in the short, because usually I'll show the short first, and then the actual video if it needs teardown, but currently with this snowblower it doesn't work plugged in, so something's obviously up with it. I have a sneaking suspicion it might be the motor on this one. I haven't come across one with a bad motor, but it does have a little bit of rust on it. So what I want to do in this video is just see by basically removing it. I'm assuming the motor's on this side, obviously. So I'll see if maybe the belt could be locked or there's an issue with the motor itself. So should be a quick video. Just gonna remove the screws just to see what we find here. I know snow blowing season's coming to an end soon, so now these are going to start getting tossed out. I occasionally from time to time do see electric snow blowers, but they're more or less, you know, once every so often. They're not all the time. I mean, I'll see it. I'll usually pick them up just to see if I can just see what's wrong with it. Something relatively simple, it's fine. If it's something where something's worn out or something's basically way past its life, I just let it go and let the scrapper have it at that point. But relatively not too hard, just a bunch of little screws on the side. I was just using my little Ryobi drill driver, like the little one. They're not relatively that hard. Now, I've never actually disassembled one of these, so I'm assuming I got all the screws out. Somehow I have to actually move this panel, or actually, there you go. Oh, there goes that. Alright, so on this side you just obviously have it, just the bearing and whatnot, so it is actually on the other side. But I see a little bit of dirt and debris accumulating, so this did sit outside, so let me remove the other side panel just to see. I thought it was going to be definitely on this side just because the control lever and whatnot is on that side. But it is on the opposite side, so that's no problem. Couple of screws, they're all the same size, so even if you were to put it back together, they're all the same size screw. I think that's all of them. It could be the same thing. Assuming they'll just pop right off. There was a little spot. Oh, I missed one. Should be the same type. Once you have all the screws removed, the cover should come off. There we go. There's a separate cover piece. So yeah, you can see just by looking at it, looks like the motor is there. Looks like the gear is there. Spring is there. Question is, why wasn't it rotating? What I want to do is I'll do a quick test. I'll actually just remove the belt from it. I'm curious just to see if the motor spins without a load being applied. So you basically just got to probably just loosen up the bracket here that holds the tension on it. Just a bolt. And that. Lift it up. And then there, just relieve the tension on it. So I'll put the screw back in later. So what I'll do is I'll just remove the belt here, just walk it off the side. Like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time in this because looks like it does seem to work. What I'll do is I actually have it plugged in over there. Just come back outside for just a second out of the garage. We'll see when I apply the actual power to it to see if it works. Okay, it's plugged in. Yeah, you don't see any operation. Okay. So nothing horrible here, but no operation is usually not a good thing. Makes sense why it was tossed, right? What I'll do next is I just want to see the controller part of it, which is basically, I will unscrew just that portion. There's a couple of screws there, and I just want to inspect the cables and whatnot, just to see possibly something might be showing there. I'll adjust the tripod here. It's about 5 bolts, so nothing crazy. I mean, even if it doesn't work, you know, just grab a few parts off of it and call it a day. Yeah, these screws are pretty deep, some of them, for the actual control head here. And like I said, if this thing sat outside, which it looks like it did, it's probably got water damage inside of it. There's that. Alright. One more. Okay. So we got that. Oh, there goes the spring. The wiring looks okay. The only thing I wonder is when this spring gets pushed down, is if it has power. I see power going from the cable portion right here. So you have a white wire that basically goes to the actual switch, from the switch down to the motor. It's a very simple concept. And then you have a ground over here that's grounded out over there. I don't see anything visual here, but I'm wondering if it's a faulty switch, or maybe the switch wasn't turning on because of the spring not being in the right place. So let's try it out. Let's go back over to my cable. Oh, there goes the cover on that. That's all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and just apply power, and then I'll just manually actuate the switch because it needs basically to have a switch on. So all this does is basically push in the switch to give it power. So what I'll do is I'll plug it in, okay, and actuate the switch. So I'm thinking, without tearing too much into this, it looks like it might be a faulty switch. Yeah, you don't hear any motor actuation from being turned on. Nothing with the motor is turning with it, even clicking it. So, looks like it's a faulty switch. That's what it seems like. I don't see any other real issues unless there's water or corrosion or a nick somewhere in the cable, but the switch seems to be the issue on this. So yeah. So what I'll do is I will just take some parts off of it. I don't really repair these. These are not really worth that much. So I'll take whatever I can off of it, and the rest will go to Mr. Scrapper. So yeah, hope you guys like this little quick video, quick tutorial. I know there probably is other issues or whatnot with it, but when I look at these pretty quick, 10-15 minutes, and then it's good. So thank you very much for watching. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy.